G'day folks, Luke Fitzpatrick here. Now, I've been copping a bit of grief from a few people saying, come on, when's your next fishing video coming out? Well, I'm sorry, but I've just been so busy with work. No excuse. I can hear the calls now. No excuse, Luke. But I've got a lot of things on the go at the moment. Full-time with Fish and Boat magazine, that takes a lot of time. Fishing, boating, exploring website takes a lot of time, and a few other things on the boil as well. But here we go. Now, I haven't got very long today. I'm doing something which I've never done before. I'm copying the folks, the boys and girls down the Gold Coast Flathead Classic. When I was down there a couple of years ago, I was blown away because a lot of them just troll around looking for flathead, and I thought, that's ridiculous. How boring is that? Anyway, turns out it's very effective because they score lots more fish than what I ever did down there. So I thought, I'm going to give it a go here on the Fraser Coast and see if it works. So I've got a rod out. I'm trolling at about 2.5 knots. I'm just trolling along the edges of the flats along Fraser Island. I'm trying to stick to about 1 metre to about 2 metres of water. So yeah, so today's video will be featuring any of the fish that I catch, trolling along the flats. I mean, it's definitely an easy way to sort of sit back and not do much. So yeah, but anyway, let's see how we go. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on here. Yep, okay, definitely. So the old dog lure this time. No idea what I got. In very shallow, so I'm very nervous. Still saving my pennies for an electric motor, so this fish hasn't come up at all. Usually I find the flathead will actually come right up in the shallows and almost do like what a barra. This is a good fish, unless it's a stingray. Usually the big flathead will come up, shake the head and try and dislodge the lure. Okay, so we've got a big flathead on. Oh, there we go. It's going to back us out. That fish took that lure just as I came across the lip of the sandbank, where it went from about sort of 50 centimetres and shot down to 1 metre, and that's where he banged it. So there you go folks, nice, I'd say high 50s, maybe over 60 centimetre Fraser Coast flathead. It's actually got a nice fat gut on it. This time of year they're starting to move up to the front of the creeks and drains, getting ready for breeding, okay? In a few months' time, well, probably in about a month, they'll disappear into the big, deep holes around the Fraser Coast, looking to breed. But this one here took the old dog lures. I'll put the specs up on the video of this particular lure. Took it on the troll. technique which I've never really tried before. Picked up from the boys and girls down at the Gold Coast Flathead Classic. Thought I'd give it a go. Just a reminder folks, one thing, it's hot, you're tired, you don't feel like tying knots, but I'm not sure how well you can see this, but on that line, okay, it's Platypus Super 100, 10 pound, all right, there's, that flathead's had their teeth scraping all through that section there, so about 3-4 inches above my loop knot. So retie your knots after catching a good fish, all right? It doesn't look like much, but if you get the fish of a lifetime on, that could pop, all right? So after catching a good fish, always retie your lure. I like to use the little loop knot, okay? It's never let me down, and I like it because I think it gives more freedom for the lure action, okay? The loop, it can just sort of move around as it needs to, all right? So retie your knots, folks. So the line's out. This is how I've got it set, all right? Nice and low, rod tip nice and low, and I can tell that lure is bouncing along the bottom by the action. I've got it set out about 10 meters or so. Now this here, there's absolutely loads of areas like this all up through the Great Sandy Strait, but this is the areas that I'm concentrating on. Basically just sticking nice and shallow in about 1 metre of water up along the side of these sandbanks and mud flats and things like that, and that's where we've been getting the fish. Whoa, look at this. Thought that was a fish then, got excited, the drag went. It is a great way of covering ground, especially when you're exploring new ground. I've actually picked up half a dozen different marks of structure that I've just found as I've been moving around. I've pretty much trolled about 5 kilometres for the fish that I've got. And yeah, it's not too hard. I'm just sitting on 2.5 knots, 1 to 1.5 metres, got the lure out, and the flathead don't seem to mind the noise of the boat. They just come up and smash it. So whoa. I think not sure what's going on there. Better check the line. Hey! Got another fish on. Better tighten this drag up because he's... Now I'm going to be in all sorts of trouble here because I've got the wind blowing me against the shore. I've got the tide coming in and it wants to take me into the sand as well. And this fish has actually got a bit of weight on it. I don't know if it's a stingray. Please don't be a stingray. God, I'm hoping the boat just keeps going where it's going. What do we got? Looks flathead-ish. Little one. Look at that. Beautiful little flathead. Another tip, folks, when you find one flathead, you'll generally find a few more. So take note of where the hookup occurs, go back around and run through this same area again in the hope of trying to entice another one up onto your lure. I do the same thing when I'm throwing soft plastics and things. If I hit a flathead in one particular area, I'll straight away go back to that area because there'll generally be a couple hiding there together. What I am noticing is that the flathead are coming up underneath and the hooks are top of the mouth, top of the head. That seems to be where they're getting them. So they're tracking behind and then striking at the lure. So there you go. 2.5 knots now. Tide's starting to really push in hard, so it must be time almost to go home. Great little way to cover ground, explore new territory, and get yourself feed a fish. So give it a go. You never know.